Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Here's Salem.
I haven't played this game in so long. Let me explain why. So, first of all, I was playing this last summer, and I was having fun with it. But what happened was I lost a video. So I record on my phone, and I record here, and then I put them together, and then I've got a video. But what happened was I recorded on here, and then saved my game. I stopped the recording. I saved my game. It was like, okay, recording, saving recording, and then it said that the recording failed to save. It was like, oh no, I just played an hour's worth of this game or more, and it's gone. So, I just completely lost all interest in bringing it back, until I think it was February. I finally opened it up again and got myself back to where I was. It was just terrible. So here we are. It's been probably nearly a year, and we're back with Mr. Curtis, who is our love interest in this playthrough. So, oh yes, when last we spoke, we were invited to visit Mr. Curtis's family estate in Yorkshire. So let's start. It is a 3-day journey to Yorkshire. You travel with Mama in the carriage Mr. Curtis has kindly prepared for you. Miss Rivers, Mrs. Rivers, it is good to see you both. Welcome to Penridge. It was very kind of you to invite us. I trust your journey went smoothly. Let's see. You have been most generous in offering us your carriage. We were quite comfortable throughout the journey. Thank you for your kindness, Mr. Curtis. You are joined by Mr. and Mrs. Worthington, who have already arrived. You all exchange greetings before the Worthingtons take Mama inside Penridge, leaving you alone with Mr. Curtis. Well, I hope you shan't be adverse to the idea of being taken on a tour of Penridge. Mr. Hughes will take your belongings to your rooms. Mr. Curtis leads you inside the estate. So exciting. Once again, welcome to Penridge. The portrait of a man with a vague resemblance to Mr. Curtis looms and lords over the hallway. What a striking painting. If it is not too forward of me, may I ask who that man is? That was my paternal grandfather. He was as imposing and unforgiving He was as an imposing and unforgiving figure, and very few mourned his passing 7 years ago. It is not my will, but my heritage, that keeps his portrait mounted here. You then enter the dining room, which is vast and grand. The dining room, I dare say, it is not often put to use. Why is that? The tableware is delightful. Delightful as it may be, I do not think many can survive the company of its not-so-delightful host. This man. Nearby lies the ballroom, which is both majestic and spacious, and full of the most ornate decorations. Here is the ballroom. To this day I am still unsure whether it was erected as a mere formality, or if a well-disguised propensity for such foolishness runs in my veins. The latter, I would assume. Though you really should consider holding a dance here. You could fit hundreds of guests, and it would be such a wonderful evening. I will do no such thing. Oh man, I'm messing up with this man. Mr. Curtis shows you to a number of drawing rooms, pausing at the very last one. There are several drawing rooms, but this is the only one put to use. It is lovely. The furnishings are perfectly suited to such a room. Did you, perchance, have any hand in its choosing? Yes, as a matter of fact. The room used to be more extravagant, and stripping it took a good few weeks. I prefer to spend my leisure time here with a good book or two. Let us go outside for a moment. This way, Miss Rivers. The Yorkshire air is a little chilly, but you barely notice when you discover Mr. Curtis's next destination. And here are the gardens. Oh my, Mr. Curtis, I am quite astonished. Your garden is most beautiful. Thank you, Miss Rivers. I tend to it myself, and these hours cannot be better spent. I'm afraid this is the extent of the tour, unless you wish to venture into countless living quarters that resemble the next. It was a delightful tour. You have a lovely property, Mr. Curtis. I'm honored you have decided to share it with me. Thank you. It was my pleasure, Miss Rivers. Now let us join the others. He's so forlorn over there looking out the window. You have all retired to the drawing room after dinner. While Mama and the Worthingtons play a round of cards, Mr. Curtis finds a moment to speak with you quietly. Miss Rivers, I trust you have enjoyed your dinner? Oh my goodness. Yes, it was a very fine meal. I would be grateful if you would forward my compliments to your cook. I shall. She will be very glad to hear it. But I must say it has been a pleasure to have you here. Your company has been most delightful. As is yours, Mr. Curtis. Your house is quite lovely, and I'm glad you have tolerated my presence in your home. Ah, yes, you are such a difficult guest to entertain, that I had to extend my level of tolerance before your arrival. And are your rooms to your satisfaction? Is the fire high enough? It is not too drafty, I hope. Oh, my Mr. Curtis, you really don't have many visitors, do you? Everything is splendid, thank you, and you are a most gracious host. You need not worry so much. Once again, you happen to be quite observant. I believe it would be correct to say that I do not entertain at all, Mr. Worthington notwithstanding. Forgive me, I admit I am somewhat apprehensive, as I am usually devoid of company. Why is that, if I may ask? Is there no one else with whom you live? No, there is not. I have been used to my own company for a great part of my life. It is doing so in such a large estate that I sometimes find difficult. Does this make him smile? Okay, let's read that. I suppose your situation could be more dire. For one, your ancestors could have had worse taste in architecture and furnishings, in which case you would have to endure much more. Perhaps you are correct. My mother and all her graces had the single fault of having married unhappily. Both my parents passed away when I was young, and my mother's father took me in. Oh, okay. Alas, I am unfortunate enough to resemble my father a fair deal. My grandfather was not fond of me until the day he died. Being the sole heir, I inherited a large amount of property that I do not feel belongs to me. Oh, we're getting some backstory. Okay. I lost my own father last year, and I cannot imagine I will ever stop missing him. Do you miss your parents? I miss my mother on occasion, but I do not think I have quite forgiven her for having chosen my father. As for him, I'm glad I will never see or hear that man again. You know, maybe I should try the other one. I am very sorry to hear of what you must have suffered during your formative years, but you shan't be alone, Mr. Curtis, for you have a friend and confidant in me. I am surprised to hear it. Thank you. I must be rather dull company tonight, speaking of such things. Please accept my apologies and know that I am grateful this house will not be empty for the next few days at least. It is my pleasure. If you ever wish to speak about such things, or simply have some company, I am happy to be at your service once more. Thank you, Miss Rivers. Let us rejoin the rest of our party. It appears your mother and Mr. Worthington are engaged in a rather lively conversation over cards. I suppose it is only polite for the host to inquire about the fuss. What was his name? George? Yeah, it was George. There we go. While Mama, Mrs. Worthington, and Mr. Curtis discuss the wild beauty of Yorkshire, Mr. Worthington takes you aside for a little chat. Oh no. I do not wish to preach, my dear, but I feel some things bear repeating. It is much more appropriate for you to be here in Mr. Curtis's company, while also in ours. Yes, I know. I am sorry for the trouble I have caused, but I was concerned for Mr. Curtis and his well-being. I do not think it right to put one's own needs above that of another's. Alas, you have grown into a remarkable young woman, my dear, but remember, it will not do to put your reputation at stake, no matter how deep your concern. As dour as Mr. Curtis appears, I do believe he is very much enjoying our company. I do think his relocation to Bradley House was to avoid being alone, but he prefers the wilderness where he grew up. It must be difficult for Mr. Curtis to balance those preferences, particularly as Darlington has not altogether been kind to him. I am becoming sentimental in my old age. Please forgive me, Miss Rivers. You have no need to apologize, Mr. Worthington. I am very relieved to know that Mr. Curtis can depend on your friendship. Yes, that is one way to look at it. But let us join your mother and talk of merrier things. After a good night's rest, you and your party gather again. It is soon decided that, as it is such a lovely day, time would be better spent reclining in the garden. Mr. Curtis ensures his guests are all settled and comfortable before approaching you. This is much better than remaining indoors. Such a blue and cloudless sky is a rarity indeed. Indeed, though I wonder if you may have something on your mind, Mr. Curtis. You are sporting such a contemplative expression at present. And here I had been under the presumption that I am a difficult man to read. A particular poem has just decided to visit me, somewhat unexpectedly, though perhaps understandably so. Coleridge's "This Time Tree Bower My Prison." Are you familiar with it? Why, yes, of course. Well, they are gone, my friends, and here I must remain, this lime tree bower my prison. I am very fond of Coleridge and his appreciation for nature. There is something so very profound about his words. You seem to have quite a great deal of knowledge about poetry, Miss Rivers. Do you perchance happen to compose your own pieces? Do I? Sure. Yes, at times. I hope you would not tell Mama about it, as I don't think she approves of my dalliances with ink and paper, especially as they are so dear. I am not particularly gifted, but I do enjoy writing in verse. I'm somewhat surprised to hear it, though it is not an unpleasant discovery. It pleases me greatly that I have the opportunity to discuss literature with you. Such conversations have become a rarity, and I do not believe things will improve unless everyone is given a chance to be educated. Yeah. I suppose what should matter is sharing the love and appreciation for literature itself, not the different social classes to which one belongs. You have articulated my thoughts exactly. I believe you were present when Mr. Worthington asked my opinions about the school, and I will say now that I am its proprietor. Called it. Mr. Curtis appears to be somewhat apprehensive about your reaction. I admit I am rather impressed to have made this discovery. It was an idea I've had for a few years, and which I decided to put into practice just recently. There are not many who approve of this particular venture, but I do not hold their opinions in high regard, and thereby care not for their criticisms. It is the children and their education that matter most to me. I love this man. You are doing a fine thing, Mr. Curtis, and a brave one, too. You have my highest regards. Thank you, Miss Rivers. Your opinion does have some consequence to me, so I'm glad to hear it. One day, perhaps in a few decades, or even a century, circumstances will be different, and education will be more widely available. I am sure of it. Enough of this. Let us admire our surroundings without talking of such heavy things. I appreciate your forbearance, Miss Rivers. Truth. This is a long chapter. You have passed the time pleasantly at Penridge, and it is now time to return home. Miss Rivers, please allow me to offer a carriage to take you and Mrs. Rivers. Okay, to take you and Miss Rivers home. The journey back is a long one, and I dare say you'll be more comfortable with the extra room. That is very kind of you, Mr. Curtis, but we do not wish to trespass on your generosity. Traveling back with Mr. and Mrs. Worthington will suit us well and not cause you extra hassle. Truly, Mrs. Rivers, it is no hassle at all. It will not do if you and Miss Rivers are fatigued after your stay here. But Mr. Curtis, you need not trouble yourself. You have already been a most gracious and accommodating host. Then please accept my offer. I insist most ardently. Most ardently. Yes, we shall. Thank you ever so much, Mr. Curtis. You are most welcome. I shall have a carriage arranged for you then. Mamma continues to thank Mr. Curtis in a rather verbose manner, and you see a slight twitch beneath Mr. Curtis's left eye as he struggles to maintain his civility. Despite what he may say, I think Mr. Curtis will be glad to be rid of us and our rambunctious party. Yes, you have all been such a rowdy and difficult group to please, I shall have to reconsider inviting you back. Mr. Curtis's response sends Mamma into an apologetic tirade. It takes Mr. Curtis several minutes to assure her that he was speaking in jest. Soon thereafter, you and Mamma are comfortably settled into Mr. Curtis's carriage, and are waving goodbye to Mr. Curtis and Penridge. Very nice. I feel like I made leaps and bounds with this man. You are glad to be home after a long journey and stay at Mr. Curtis's family estate in Yorkshire. Perhaps Mr. Curtis really isn't the cold and distant man so many people make him out to be. She's feeling particularly motivated. Let's see. Oh. Let's get a visit from the kitty cat. Thank you. You begin with some general exercises to warm up your voice. Sometimes it can get a little shaky if the air is a little cold. While you're warming up, you notice a movement on the windowsill. It is Lord Fat Cat, and he has situated himself comfortably for your impromptu performance. Once you feel you are ready, you decide to sing. Let's see. A Shakespeare song set by Arne. Lord Fat Cat stretches his body as you sing. It is a shame you do not own a pianoforte, for he could play the piano part for you. When you finish the song, Lord Fat Cat purrs in appreciation. You have become quite a talented musician. Do do give us another. Okay. Oh, you sang a song from Moore's Irish Melodies. Lord Fat Cat taps a paw against the window in time with your song. He cares not for Irish politics, but is a patron of the Irish arts. So cute. Lord Fat Cat rises to his feet when you have finished, nods at you, and leaves the room. You have done very well in cultivating your musical skills indeed. How freaking precious is that? A letter from Mr. Curtis. I think it says, Dear Miss Rivers, if you are not otherwise occupied, and if weather permits on Tuesday next, I would be very much enjoy taking a turn with you about the park. Please inform me if you wish to join me. Yours, etc., Demetrius J. Curtis. I forgot his name was Demetrius. What a name. Goodness, no wonder this man is so forlorn. A walk in the park. Miss Rivers, I am pleased that you have decided to join me. I very much enjoy taking these walks, and I was quite delighted upon discovering this little area quite untouched and unspoilt. I have noticed you tend to favor such walks, Mr. Curtis. I have never painted my... Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. There we go. We like nature, remember? I am delighted you have extended such an invitation to me. I do enjoy taking walks, and it pleases me to spend time with nature. I am glad to hear it. I do hope you will find this place as much of a retreat as I have. When I was little, I used to favor parks such as these. Combined with my penchant for reading, I spent many an hour outside with my nose buried in a book. What a coincidence. I did exactly the same thing too. Of course, when the weather was disagreeable, I would have to sit in a gazebo or on the porch, but I loved to read outside. I actually did as a child as well. My Miss Rivers, we do have quite a lot in common. I remember there was this one occasion during which my father was taking his dear time upsetting my mother, and I escaped the house of the book and made myself comfortable at the foot of a tree. I somehow dozed off during the day, and the next thing I knew, I was caught in the middle of a terrible storm. I caught a terrible chill and was bedridden for at least a fortnight. Something tells me you didn't allow that small incident to prevent you from venturing outside and falling asleep under a tree after your recovery. Correct. However did you reach that conclusion, I wonder? In fact, the particular tree I favored quite resembles this one. Lovely leaves, lovely roots, lovely vantage of the rest of the park. Which one? They're both jokes. Why, Mr. Curtis, I never imagined you for the nostalgic type. I believe your image will suffer from this transgression. How will I ever survive such a travesty? You'd best not spread untoward rumors now, Miss Rivers. Come then, Miss Rivers, let us walk on. Oh, what a beautiful tree. A letter from Mr. Curtis. Dear Miss Rivers, I have greatly enjoyed our recent expedition to the nearby parks, as the weather continues to be so agreeable. I have had the penchant to go riding. Would you be inclined to indulge me once again by joining me for another excursion next Thursday? I think we're dating. Yours, etc., Demetrius J. Curtis. The person be a gentleman or lady who has not pleasure in a good book. Must be intolerably stupid. Yes. There we go. Got it. Okay. How long have I been? Okay, 20 minutes. I'm going to pause here. And I'm going to stop the recording. Whew! It's saved. Okay. Now, I'm going to bring the recording back. I just don't want to lose it again, you know? Alright. Oh, you know what? I should probably save my game as well. The second Amelia Rivers. Oh yeah, see, look, it was in February that I brought this back. It was in June of 2024 that I lost it. Yay. Okay, so the ladies knew French, Italian, and German. Oh, here we go. Mr. Curtis. You and Mr. Curtis ride together until you reach an open field. You leave your horses to graze and seek shade beneath a nearby tree. Oh, also, I should probably do not disturb. Miss Rivers, you have a natural seat. I dare say I'm quite impressed. I have always loved riding, and given the hours I've spent astride, it would be quite embarrassing if I had lost my seat in your presence. I may have even been a little nervous to ride alongside you. If that was the case, you did an excellent job of concealing your discomfort. You have my complete admiration, Miss Rivers. I remember when I received my first proper steed? I think he means steed. At the age of 9, he was a beautiful chestnut, and I was so caught up in my own excitement that I must have unnerved the poor creature, who threw me off his back. Caught up in your excitement? How very uncharacteristic of you, Mr. Curtis. Yes, it was my one and only transgression. I spent the rest of my childhood in dour silence with a preference for black waistcoats. My father was not so fond of horses, though. He wasn't fond of much in general. That is very unfortunate. You must have had a difficult childhood, Mr. Curtis. It was not so difficult as it was unfortunate, I suppose. But let us put such dour talk behind us. I apologize for constantly introducing the topic. It never occurred to me that my newfound comfort in discussing such things with you may not correlate with yours. This is a lot of reading. Sponsor me, Waterloo. Wow, that's actually really accurate. Because of the time period. Anyway, moving on. I have allergies. While we're on the topic, did you have any particular activities you favored in your formative years? Ooh. I have a feeling that this is an important question. Do I have a tissue? I have one here. I have one in here. Oops, I dropped it. What are my options? Music? It's vague. Literature. Oh, that'll be the way to his heart. Outside. I mean, we like the outdoors. He knows we like the outdoors. Let's talk about books. That'll really seal the deal. I thought you may have surmised from our numerous discussions about literature that I was never to be found without a book clutched in my hand or tucked away in my coat. Very sensible of you, Miss Rivers. It appears the sky is not quite content to remain its brilliant blue from this morn. Perhaps we should start a journey back, lest we be caught in unpleasant weather. Okay. Gentlemen learned Latin, etc. Okay, here we go. Oh wait, there was another one. Music maestro. Hand? No, sorry, not him. My bad. Emma Woodhouse, the richest. From Mr. Curtis. Dear Miss Rivers, I wish to invite you and your mother to join Mr. and Mrs. Worthington and myself next Monday to a picnic in the park. I very much hope you will be able to attend. Yours, etc. Demetrius J. Curtis. Can you talk about... What is this word? What is this word? Rational? Rational. There we go. Doing so good. Picnic time. Ah, Mr. Curtis, my good man, thank you for inviting us. You have chosen a prime location for our little gathering. My daughter and I are pleased to be here, Mr. Curtis. Indeed, the vantage is most pleasant with such a lovely view of the hills beyond. I can hardly take credit for the natural creations, Miss Rivers, but I will gladly receive your compliments just the same. Shall we sit and appreciate both our surroundings and Mrs. Jemima's efforts? Mr. Curtis's servants make quick work of the blanket. Soon you are all happily seated and the contents of the picnic basket distributed. Why, these little Danish pastries are delightful. Do you not think so, Amelia, my dear? Yes, indeed. Mrs. Jemima is very accomplished. As I recall, the meals we had taken at Penridge were equally delectable. Mr. Curtis, you are most fortunate to have such accomplished staff in your household. Perhaps you should write a note to Mrs. Jemima to convey your appreciation. Why, Amelia, I think I shall do just that. I'm afraid our company is tiring from such inconsequential... Did you hear that? Inconsequential talk. Alas, Mr. Worthington, do I detect a yawn? That will not do. I do not find it tedious at all, though I cannot speak for Mr. Worthington here. I am most grateful and humbled by your compliments, Mrs. Rivers. You are a very gracious host indeed, Mr. Curtis. The remainder of the picnic is spent with little talk, though conversation is rather stifled. I am quite spent, my dear Amelia. Mr. Curtis does possess a finer set of manners than I had given him credit for, though he does not hold a good opinion among our friends, which is quite a shame. Mamma, I consider Mr. Curtis to be one of my friends, and it will not do to speak ill of him. Please do not forget that. Well then, I suppose I shall try not to. I am quite ready to retire for the evening. Good night, Amelia, and God bless. Where am I looking for? R-T. There we go. It's in alphabetical order. It shouldn't be that hard to find. Alright. This is the place to stop. Because I feel like my voice isn't doing so hot. I have been kind of allergy-ish. Let me save my game. Yes. So we will get back to Amelia and Mr. Curtis in the next one. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm glad that I'm finally able to bring these back. And I will see you guys in the next one. Say goodnight to Salem. Bye, everyone.